Hey guys, blow the trumpets, ring the bells, kiss my lily white butt. We are done. The painting is complete. Jen's talking to her pal Jose down there, but I thought I'd give you a little bit of a tour. There she is. You're smiling today, huh? You're just friggin' smiling, huh? What, do you ask you out? Huh?
No,
Get a date?
he wanted a date with you.
Oh
he
man,
said,
you're cheating on me
he
again. I
said,
gotta keep her.
If I could hook you up again. So.
There we go. So, okay, everybody wants a piece of our asses, right? So, we're done, honey. There it is. Take a look, guys. It is complete. The garage looking down Broadway there. And wow, what a job. What a couple 3 weeks it's been getting this crap done.
Yeah,
huh?
we just got compliment on how beautiful.
Yeah, we're gonna get a lot of compliments because I'll tell you what, guys. When we first moved to the hood, when I first moved here 4 years ago, this was absolutely the ugliest property on the street. It was infested with prostitution in the back, drugs, little metal sheds that you could rent out for $25 a month and do your thing in. And the Shine Shack was a horrendous dual apartment with a partition wall down the middle inside. It sucked. You know, it was embarrassing. I told you guys when I moved here, my ex burst into tears when she pulled up and saw the place with the dead trees and all that. And I guess what, guys?
Weird. I stepped out on the back porch and I burst into tears.
Yeah, you burst into tears because
of joy.
tears of joy. So let's head around and take a look. You can see I'm really happy. You can see how beautiful the petunias blend in now with the scenery. And we were going to trash the roses there, weren't we?
Yeah, but look at them.
Now
They're
look at
coming
them.
back.
You know, Jen gave them a hell of a severe haircut, and now as long as we keep them low, you can already see one's got a little bit of a beautiful bloom. But again, the colors that we chose here are so friendly to the environment with all the greens in that. Of course, the only downside, we'd love to have a beautiful green lawn, wouldn't we? But the reality is, we're in a drought situation.
Well, we can do what they do in San Diego, have it sprayed.
Yeah, spray paint it, bring the person over and just spray paint that green, and that would be it. But we are watering the hedges, the hydrangeas back here. So let's take a look first from the outside. You know, before we had a white garage door here, and it really wasn't you know, real good. I don't know who did the previous install on the garage door, but it's still slightly crooked with it higher on the right side than the left side, so we'll have to make an adjustment there. But the coloring came out good. You really can't see the wires too well up top side there. Painted over them. I was going to build a chase or a conduit for them, but given the time and you know, the heat and the problems we ran into with carpentry and stuff, I decided not to. I'll give you a little look down the side. I still have the wiring to secure on the side for the high-speed internet for the Shine Shack and the garage, the workshop in there. But all around the gas and electric feeds over there. See our hydrangeas, all different colors, looking pretty. So you come to the back, follow the Missy Jen there. I think the front door is open there, and you can take a look here, guys, and see how beautifully things turned out here with the new door, the new gutters. We got the new roof. It was 2.5 really brutal. I'm not gonna bullshit you guys. This is some of the most mentally taxing work I've done before. We still have a little bit of a touch up underneath of the window. I goofed the green a little bit under there, but thankfully Jen taped that up real good so we could have a clean line, because I don't want to really immediately replace that window. We have our beautiful new steel garage door, which will give us a lot of security on the inside. And you guys saw we had to do that huge frame out job here, because, you know, 28-inch door. Get the light on in here. There we go. You know, guys, a 28-inch door just wasn't going to cut it, so we reframed it. We put the supports up there to give this plenty of lateral and down support. Over here with the we doubled up the studs here, sister two together, so we'd really have a we'd have a lot of support on here, and we wouldn't have to worry about any kind of sagging or any kind of structural problems. Took that right up to the top plate. We cut back the floor plate there, and it turned out real good. We fitted that custom job on that, and you know, closes like a dream. It hangs beautifully. It's got no issues on it. I'm really happy about the new guttering. The guys came and fabricated that on top. Now we have three roofs that finally have the same shingles on it. I named Ernesto, my carpenter, was a little peeved because we had 5 layers of shingles on that. Well, now we're down to 1 layer. We have our beautiful metal drip edges on there, and we're not going to have any issues anymore with rot and everything. You guys saw I had to do a significant amount of carpentry. I had to make that on-site fabricate a lower clapboard here. You can see how beautifully that turned out. Yes, I could have planed the upper edge a little bit on the outside to give it a little more of a bevel, but you know, I didn't have my 45-degree plane and all that, so it simply will do, and nobody will ever really notice that. Up top side, of course, the real heartbreak was all of the rot that you know, that came about as a result of the roof not being put on right. So we had to put on a new fascia board here on the front all the way along, so that the guttering could properly hang on that. And as I went up top side and started peeling back the shingles on this side, oh my goodness, the rot there was beyond belief. And that was another issue that we had to deal with in terms of doing that carpentry. So, you know what, guys? We've got 3 beautiful buildings. We really truly have a pretty neat compound here on the Rancho, with all the buildings with the same skirting on the bottom now. Remember, the Shine Shack had no lipstick line on it. We went ahead and put one on there, added that detail, so we could have the well, they call it the Coconut Grove green on the bottom and the cream on the top. So, you know, it's even more peaceful than ever now when you sit out on the back deck up here. You know, I hope the 4th of July we have a fire and can sit here and relax a little bit. You can see how really peaceful it is when you can see the Rancho orchard back there on the side, and the nice skirting, and everything just blends. The colors just blend so beautifully into the environment now. And I don't know, I've just, when I started doing this job, the building was like a seafoam green over here, and I really determined that I want something that would really blend into the environment more and sort of fade away the building. So when you sat out here, even though we're in an area with a lot of urban density in it, you could still have the feeling like you were in a little bit of an oasis here, surrounded by the trees that we strategically kept here. The big mulberry, the big non-fruiting mulberry tree, the persimmon tree here. You can see the extra bonus here is we get some nice fruit off of this tree too, and we're happy to share that with family and neighbors. Anyway, guys, it has been, well, I wanted to be on target to finish by July 1st, and here it is, July 2nd. Well, I had to give up a day. You know, we had some drama on the net and stuff like that, but the bottom line is it's done, and our summer is going to begin. Yeah, we have cleanup. I have gardening to do. I've got grass to be cut. I've got wood to be burned and all that, and a site to be cleaned up. But you know, guys, when I first moved here and had to renovate the inside gut and renovate the house, you haven't seen the pictures of that whole job. And then come out and do the Shine Shack and build a wheelchair ramp, and then go ahead and redo the garage and build a workshop in there and get everything hardwired with high-speed internet, with cable feeds for TV, all this decking on here so that you could sit out here in the evening underneath the shade and just enjoy all the green around here. And having to rebuild the front of the corner of the house where that dumb dick ran into it in February of 2014. The heartbreak of having finished all that inside work and then having her just take out the corner. Well, you saw that project. We had to rebuild that corner and make it look like new. We did it. The last project and the last thing, it didn't have to be done, but it should be done, and that is doing the paint work here on the Rancho. And we've now reached a point where summer's really underway now. We're going to be having some fun and some adventures, going places and doing things, getting the hell out of here and enjoying stuff. And guess what? You guys are going to be along. I want to thank everybody that's been complimentary, that's taken time out of. You could watch hundreds of thousands and millions of videos on YouTube and hundreds of thousands, if not millions of channels. But you come here, you support me, you support Jen, you share your love, you share your support, you share your appreciation for what we've done here. And you know, we're the kind of people that would open our hearts to anybody. We've invited people to come and come over here and boondock. And we're going to put a 30 amp hookup on the side of the building here. So anybody that comes down to the Rancho, have their travel trailer, their RV, can just come through the front. You know, we'll trim up those bushes. They come through those double gates there. And you know what? They get a terrific welcome and they feel like home. They can pull their rig in here, they can turn it around in the back, and they can just come here and boondock to their heart's content. You know, when you have a property, I don't know about you guys, but I consider myself like a very social person. I'm a people person. I hang out in chat rooms because I love to run my flapper. I run my flapper at home. I like to have neighbors. I like to have people to enjoy it. And when you have a property now like this that people can actually come and partake of that and not have to worry about having all these projects hanging over you things, it is really a hell of a nice feeling. So, you know, we welcome anybody here out on the Rancho. If you're a cool person, you know, and we open our hearts and we open our place to you. Thanks again for all the support, and thanks for being along on our last building here. You know, there's something to be said about the tediousness of brush painting and 2 coats brush painting stuff. Yeah, it's very time consuming with a 4-inch brush and cut-in brushes, but I'll tell you, we got a paint job that's going to defy the ages here, and that's what it's all about. Some people have asked me about the financial aspects of the what we did here. My total investment for paint and lumber on this job was a little bit north of $800. And when I went out before and got a couple quotes on painting these 3 buildings, the average cost was about $6,000 on a bid. And I got to tell you guys, if they come in and seen the carpentry work that had to be done and all that, you can slap another $1,500, $2,000 on all that work that had to be done up top side and everything. You would have been easily $8,000 to do everything that was done here. Yeah, we put the roof on for $2,400, but regardless of painting, we would have had to put the roof on anyway. So, you know, now we have a beautiful, none of these buildings are going to leak, and each one of these is absolutely beautiful inside. So, guys, thanks a lot for being along, and your comments, thumbs up are most appreciated, and I really value having each and every one of you on the Rosie O'Kelly channel. Thanks.